everybody going? Seems like everybody's fleeing New York. Let me hit up my boy Frank, see what's happening.
Somebody calling me? Yeah, what's up, Bob?
Hey man, what's happening? Do me a favor, come pick me up. Meet me at the spot. Seems like everybody's fleeing New York. I want to know what's going on.
Cool, I'm coming.
All right, peace. What's up, man? Y'all ready?
You ready?
You late?
Said New York City is burning, and they running from us. Fire. Yeah, my city is hurting. Where's the loving? Ain't no loving, none for us. Fire. So New York City is burning, and they running from us. Fire. Yeah, my city is hurting. Where's the loving? Ain't no loving, none for us. I hear some people say, damn, I need a holiday. I need to fly away, cause New York has had a stay. Now on home, the city's still my home. Does anybody know just what is going on? Yeah, fire. New York City is burning, and they running from us. Fire. Yeah, my city is hurting. With loving, ain't no loving, none for us. I hear some people put us down, calling us a broken town. But take a good look around. New Yorkers always hold the ground. Before you go and cast a doubt, before you go and run your mouth, find out what it's all about. Don't ever count us out. No. New York City is burning, and they running from us. Fire. Yeah, my city is hurting. With the loving, ain't no loving, none for us. Ain't nobody come for us. Where are we gonna trust? Maybe just enough in enough.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Funk from the Front Seat, live right here on 9 on the Grind TV. Today, we got a New York institution stepping to the crib. My guy, Milo Z, and he's bringing along a beautiful young queen, Trey Danya, is in the house with us as well. My producer, Mr. Mark Lee, would like to thank everybody for tuning in. You guys stay active on the chat line. We know our stuff is growing, it's blowing up, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We got a lot of things in the works, but today, it's all about one thing, Milo Z and the funk that he brings to what's popping up top. You know what I'm saying? And this young lady that I actually met the other night, and believe it or not, she was texting me at 4 o'clock this morning. So Trey Danya, I'm gonna get you for that, but we're gonna talk about that another time. But we got this beautiful inspirational spiritual journey about to happen. So we need everybody out there to pop this one and stay up, and let's get this drip on, and let's make sure we look classy, funky, sassy. My producer back there, Mr. Mark Lee, always first and never lastly. So Mark, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing all the hard work back there. First of all, if you got an anniversary, or if you got a birthday, or unfortunately if somebody transitioned out of your life that you really love, or even if you don't love or whatever, we got to pay mad respects for that. If you got an anniversary, man, y'all keep that thing together. It's nothing like being a couple, and that's all beautiful. You can see my wardrobe consultant today got me dressed in my New York Jets green in honor of the playoffs in football. Even though we ain't in it, it's still good. I'm always going to rep hometown Queens and Long Island and Bayshore and Staten Island and all that good stuff. So let's go all around the world for the funk today on Funk from the Front Seat. Today, exclusively, you are going to hear Milo's new song, right? And it's going to be exclusively done right here. And we opened up with his video, New York City's Burning, because that was one of the hottest things that came out when it rolled through New York City. And the message that this brother's going to put down and tell you about this video is deeper than deep, So we're going to be coming out our silly sheet today, and we're going to be getting all in this funk today. Without further ado, my very special guest today, Milo Z, and Trey Danya is in the house.
What's up? What's up?
What up? What up? What up? How are you?
What's up, peoples?
How are you?
All good.
Hello, Trey Danya. How are you? Good morning. We can't hear you. You're muted. Yeah, you got to unmute. No. Trey Danya's muted.
Okay.
Yeah, Mark, see if you can get her unmuted back there, please. So what's happening? How are you? And I wait for Trey to get on. She's rocking it. I don't even know how she's awake. She's waking me up at 4 in the morning.
Man.
I just got in, by the way, just so you know.
Why I shut my phone off. When I'm out, I shut the phone off. It's on silent.
See, I had just got in. I had worked really, really late, so I had just got in. Trey Don, you'll be back with us shortly. And I was like doing so. Then I heard like right, and I was like, okay, maybe she needs something for the show. And then we was going back and forth trying to get the right picture and everything. But I appreciate that because I'm around the clock with the funk, bro. Around the clock with the funk.
What am I looking for? I'm looking for this eye patch. It says, "If you love me, let me sleep." It's so true. It's so true. If you love me, let me sleep.
So how's the weather up there, bro? How you doing? How's your family?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Right. Actually, at the moment, right now, I'm in Miami, but I'm heading back on Tuesday to do some shows, and everything's everything.
That's what's up. Can you either turn up your volume or speak up a little bit louder? Okay.
Yes, I can turn up my volume.
Just a little bit, yeah. Wow, Miami, I'm jealous, bro.
Yeah.
I'm mad jealous, man. I wish I was down there in that nice Miami sun.
Yeah, man. I was in New York when it was frigid, though. Just a few days ago. It seems to be warming up now. So, but I'll be back. I'll be back on Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
Good. So for my audience just tuning in, tell my audience a little bit about who you are and what you do and how you roll.
Oh yeah, I'm basically the Lower East Side Funk King, of NYC, born and raised in the LES, and bringing that unique Razama Funk, Z Funk, Milo Z. The beats from the Lower East, Mr. Elias Finesse Funk to New York City and the world, man. And been doing it for 3 decades now. So I'm just continuing trying to keep the funk alive and keep my version of it going. You know, Razama Funk music is a combination of rhythm and blues, jazz, hip hop, rock, and funk. And that's what I just try to bring.
When I hang out and I listen to your music and I'm driving, or I have you in, my Spotify playlist, and you guys can follow Milo Z. We're gonna have all the stuff on the banner below. But when I'm listening to you, man, I get a real sense of home. I don't live there anymore, but I get that urban feeling. I get that street. I can hear the garbage trucks going by at 4 in the morning. I can hear the street noise. The traffic, just the chatter. And I really miss that for creativity reasons, man. When you were growing up, what instruments did you come up with playing first? What was your first instrument?
Drums. Just like you, right?
Yeah, drum. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Drums. Yeah.
Drums. Started in junior high school, banging on the desk, just banging on the desk, right? We have those live banging on the desk sessions with the kids, right? And I don't think anybody was rapping then. Maybe Rapper's Delight just came out, but I don't remember the kids rapping. But we would have those jamming on the banging on the desk, drum sessions. Yeah. So it was just kind of natural, and a lot of the Puerto Rican kids, they could get a little bit more extensive with it because maybe they grew up with the conga in their house, but that was it, man. And then I came across some drums or practice drums. I think I told that story before. I was a little mischievous, and me and my friends happened to find some drums, practice pads, and we took them home, and then I pleaded with my mom to get me a drum set, which she said no, of course. And I kept at it. I kept on playing this drum pad that I had, and then she said, well, we're going to get you lessons, and if you take lessons and stick with it for a year, we'll think about getting you a drum set. So
wow, okay.
Yeah, which I definitely I got to give props for moms for that, because how kids are. They start things and then they get something and then they mess with it for a couple of weeks, then it sits in the corner collecting dust.
Yeah.
So it's funny because a year later I was taking lessons and she kept her word, and I had this guy in my junior high school. His name was Jason Williams.
Can you just hold 1 second? I just want to make sure Tredania's in. Can you hear us, Tredania? We can't hear you though. You're on mute on your side. On your phone, I believe. You might have to unmute.
Unmute. Yep. It's tricky.
But I'll let you finish your story. Go ahead, Milo.
Yeah. So there was this cat, Jason Williams. It's funny because he used to bully me for a minute, and then I'd gone through some things. I was about 13 years old, and I made up my mind I was not going to be bullied anymore. I went through some. I got my bike ripped off in Harlem and just a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I'm not taking this crap no more. So for some reason, I was starting to play basketball, and Jason challenged me to a game of basketball, a one-on-one, and he said, "I'll play you for $1." Right? When you made a bet back then, everything was for $1. So I said, "I bet." After school, we played some ball, and I served him up. I said, "Okay, where's my $1?" He said, "I ain't got it." And I said, "Okay, well, you better get it then." And that kind of switched things. I was like, "Okay, now I'm telling you, you better get my $1." And then in junior high school, we were passing through the halls. I kept asking, "Where's my dollar?" I ain't got it. And then I said, "Well, you better get it." And then he just grabbed some other kid and brought him over. He said, give me $1. No, he said, give him $1 to me. And the poor kid reached his pocket and started handing me $1. I said, "No, you give it to me." So he took the $1 from the other kid who he was bullying and gave it to me. And that kind of changed everything. I always stuck up for myself after that.
Yeah, good for you.
And, but it's funny, like a year later, that must have been when I was 12. So a year later, Mom's kept her word. I'm going to buy me a drum set. Jason Williams, my former bully, had a set of drums that he wanted to sell. $40. There was no hi-hat, and it was called the Dia Deluxe. It was a blue sparkle drum set. I mean, cheap. And I went to his house, and he had shot them all up with a pellet gun, an air pellet gun. And even while I was packing up, getting the drums, he was still shooting them up. It had one dinky cymbal that attached to the bass drum. He was still, I mean, they were all marked up, but I got myself some drums, and that was Jason Williams. And it's funny because I saw him years later on the train, and it was like, "Hey, Milo, you still play drums? You still play?" I said, "Well, I'm singing now and stuff like that." I said, "Oh, that's cool." He said, I said, "What do you do?" He says, "I'm a cop."
Right. That's why he was shooting.
I'm a cop, shooting and being a bully.
Right.
Now I got love. I got love from my good officers out there. I'm not trying to besmirch the whole New York City police force or anything like that. But it was just funny when he said that. I was like, "Whoa, that's deep." Okay.
Right. Hey, yeah. Everything goes full circle. Believe it or not, you know that yourself. You know,
it's like a lot of times we go into directions that you know, there's signs of the directions you might go at an early age, you know, like he definitely had that personality of bossing people around, of just trying to be whatever he was, you know, I don't know. And if you have a creative thing, you usually head towards that, and, you know, or, you know, we kind of, it's good. We definitely have an innate thing when we're young of where we're most likely headed. That can change with life and everything like that. But, you know, we definitely have little personalities back then that, like, even when kids are really young, you know, like you can tell if this kid's more sensitive and sweet. You can tell if this little boy just likes to run through walls and stuff, you know. We all born with our own personalities, you know, right?
We're hanging out today with our special guest, Milo Z and Trey Danya. We're trying to get Trey Danya in. We're having some tech difficulties on her end, but we're going to make sure we get her in because my producer back there, Mr. Markley, is working really, really hard to make this happen. So growing up, you know, Lower East Side, and, you know, you're hearing all these sounds and vibing with all this music. Was a lot of were there a lot of musicians in your neighborhood? Mark, we bringing her up now? Okay, not yet. Okay. Were there a lot of musicians in your neighborhood that you guys, you know, formed little bands and things with? If so, tell me a couple that influenced you.
Okay. I found this blues club when I was about 16 on 2nd Avenue. Yes, there was musicians all over the place. There was, you know, salsa music. You could hear it. Your neighbors blasting it through the floors and stuff like that. Yeah, it was all over, you know, the Lower East Side, Tompkins Square, the East Village, a lot of artists, poets, graffiti artists. Just it really was a melting pot. It really was the melting pot, I think. New York in general, but you know, New York back then still was a little bit like you had the different neighborhoods. You had Little Italy, you had Harlem, and you had you know, Hell's Kitchen, and they were actually, it was cool because you go into these different neighborhoods and it actually felt like you were in a different little world there. Neighborhood, it's changed a lot since then. It's not like that anymore, you know. It's really it's changed a lot, some for the better, some for the worse. But when I was 16 on 2nd Avenue, there was this little blues bar called Dan Lynch's, and they had a Sunday jam every Sunday. And happened to walk by one day. The door swung open. Somebody came out. I heard this beautiful sound coming out of the doors, and it was the Blues. So I peeked in, and the bouncer said, "Yeah, you can go in as long as you don't drink, because you're not old enough. If you want to play." I said, "Cool." I didn't end up playing that day. I just sat and watched, and I watched this amazing drummer by the name of Honey Boy Otis, drummer from New Orleans that was like the house band every Sunday with this band called Bill Dicey, and he was just amazing.
Yeah.
So I sat and watched him, and I think the next week I went back and signed up for the jam, and started playing some blues and getting schooled by guys. Like I remember guys turning around saying, "You slowing down, son?"
Right.
And I was like, wow, I got to really work on my timing and pocket. It wasn't about the fills, man. You could be practicing and doing all these triplets and stuff at home. Don't bring that shit to the jam, man.
Exactly.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Pocket. Yeah. It's funny because, my guy Kevin, we always talk about stuff like that, about pocket and people having fills. But back then, see, the young people now, they don't know how good they got it. Because I can honestly tell you, back then, you would literally get laughed off the stage, booed off. They dropped the cymbal on you. They Sanders you off. You know what I'm saying? Shuffle you off. If you couldn't handle it, you broke. It broke you. Or it made you practice and be stronger. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true. It's so funny because I just watched with my daughter, I just watched the movie Whiplash again.
Yes.
Did you see that movie?
Yes.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. I mean, what's this? I don't know who the actor was, but he was just the most brutal music teacher, right?
Yeah.
He was, oh my God, he was like, "You worthless piece of crap, blah, blah, blah. What makes you think?" He just like would tear into them, and it was hilarious. And I remember some musicians that were playing me when the movie came out. They were like, "Oh, that movie's bullshit. That's such ridiculous. That movie was a joke." I was like, "You're getting too serious about it. It's funny, man." Like, But talking about, and I remember in the movie he talked about Charlie Parker. Parker, before he became Bird, he was at some jam session, and maybe it was like Philly Joe Jones on the drums or something. And I guess he was right. If you saw the movie Bird, they showed the scene with Forrest Whitaker. Where he's jamming, he thinks he's doing all this and that. Meanwhile, he's closing his eyes just in his own head, probably not listening to anybody else but himself. And the other musicians, they start looking at each other like, And I think it's Philly Joe Jones or Papa Joe Jones. He takes his cymbal off and just throws it in the air, starts spinning like the Gong Show. Bang,
yes, you out.
But what happened is after that, he was embarrassed. He went back and he shed and he came back and he became Bird, right? He started bebop, right? So he needed that.
I always am grateful that I grew up in New York City because it was definitely a thing to be pushed. If somebody wasn't pushing you, that meant that you wasn't even in the conversation. But if people was pushing you, they had enough respect for you and could see your potential. And that's one thing that I don't think we do enough nowadays. I think it's more about tearing people down, which I hate. And I think we should be just trying to push people's potential, no matter what their artistic or what their creative side or what their business or, it could be anything. I just think that we need to continually push the envelope without fear of somebody, saying, "Oh man, you're crushing me" or this or that. Constructive criticism is a word now that we rarely use anymore,
Right.
I taught at the School of Rock for like 2.5, 3 years when I first moved here. And I was never really constructively criticizing my kids, but I would push them hard. I would push them hard, man. And I think they became better musicians because of that, man. We're working hard to get Trey Dunya back. But for my audience, we got the amazing Milo Z. He's a New York institution. And we want to, bring up some of these comments because we got a lot of people. I'm trying to hold off on the new song until we get Trey in. Is she ready, Mark? Is she back there yet? Not yet? Tell her to go into her phone settings and allow for StreamYard to unmute. I think that's what the problem is right there. But I want to read some of these comments. I know you have a big fan, Dr. Brookenstein, David Brooks. And he says, hello, he says, love you, Milo. You the bomb. Can't wait to see you guys perform again. And I know one of your other fans had chimed in and they were talking about, the Kevin Grant. What's up, Kevin? How you doing, man? What's up, Milo? Z, see you at the Red Lion next. So you guys are going to be playing that the Red Lion coming up soon?
Yeah. Let's see. First we'll be at Resorts World Casino Thursday, February 1st. I started at 8 p.m. That's the one in Queens. And Trey Donya's on that gig. And
okay.
and then that Tuesday, February 6th, we will be at the Red Lion.
Okay.
And that starts at 10 p.m. That's on Bleecker Street. And then Saturday, February 10th, will be in Elmsford, New York. It's really cool little venue called Carmine's Deli and Cafe.
Oh yeah,
Big shout out to Carmine, Rob, and Carmine. Big shout out to Rob and Joe Palumbo, who got me in that place. It's an actual deli during the day. Yeah, and then they built a stage and they have like nice, decent equipment, and it's not that big a room, but it's just good vibes, good people, and good food. So I'll be there Saturday. We're starting at 8 p.m.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's what's up. We got Trey Donya on the screen. Can you hear us, Trey Donya? Because we need to hear you. Yes. No, we can't hear you. I don't know. Something is muted. Something is muted. But here's what.
I'm sure she'll fix that in a minute. Yeah.
Because on our side, you're not muted at all. We can definitely see you and you can hear us. So I don't know what it is that's in between, but maybe on your phone. The only thing I can think of is that sometimes when people are on their phone settings won't allow for StreamYard or another service to connect with the audio. So I think it's something in the settings. I think it might be that. But what we can do is hopefully get you on the phone as well, because I don't want to run the new song without you being part of it. So welcome, and we'll figure it out. I got Mark working back there. So Mark, you need to get on that. If we can get this done, that would be beautiful. So Milo, let's continue on. When you first understood about I guess your mission, right? Because we all have this mission. And you really took it serious and you wanted to get into it. Just tell us about the support that you got that was around you that helped you kind of build the thing that you have now.
Well, I was mentioning that I went to this blues bar, Dan Lynch's on 2nd Avenue, and I started jamming with the older cats that were there. And this drummer, Honey Boy Otis, he was definitely gave me a lot of encouragement. He was very, very nice older gentleman. And then I met this brother Mo Holmes, who was playing with the Holmes brothers, who they were playing at Dan Lynch's basically every week, maybe every Saturday night. Just a great soulful group. I forget that they're definitely from down south, but they had a residency there, and Mo was a member of the group. He wasn't an actual brother, but he was a member of the group, and he just gave me tremendous encouragement. And then later he joined my band for a while after he left the Holmes brothers. So he was in the band on and off, and he was a little bit older, but he gave me tremendous encouragement. Just keep what you're doing, because what you're doing is real, and you just be you. You just be you. Do you. which is so true, because we can't. Everybody has limitations, you know, in every way in life, right? Music, some have less than others, and some virtuosos don't have any limitations. But we can't all be. Let's see. We can't all be John McLaughlin, or we can't all be Billy Cobham, or we can't all be Buddy Rich, or we can't all all be these amazing musicians. You know, Steve Jordan, whoever you can be, but you can be yourself more than anybody else in the world. Nobody can be you. You know, like I'm not the most amazing singer. I'm not the most amazing rapper. I can write a song. I can sure as hell write a song, and I can direct a band. But I have my own unique voice, and and nobody can do me better than me. So that is the best advice I would give to anybody, and that was the advice I got, right, from people like Mo Holmes and stuff. So, some people can sing like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. Most of us can't. Or Marvin Gaye. Most of us can't. But, right. Lou Reed, nobody sound like Lou Reed. You know, he wasn't a singer. Nobody sounded like Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan definitely was no singer, right? But nobody sounded like him. But he could write. So you work on what your strong points are, and you just keep doing what you do and use your influences, you know?
Yeah. I think a lot of times you're absolutely right. And I think a lot of times when we're growing up, we don't realize all the influences we have had and heard until we're in the studio, until you're on stage live, and then you pull something out and you're like, wow, you know, I know this must have came from somewhere, but then you flip it and make it your own. And that's one of the things I love about your band and your videos and your music. You take something, and like Boosie says, you know, Big Brother Boosie, shout out Boosie and Patty. You know, funk is making something out of nothing, you know. Mm-hmm. And when I hear your music and all the elements in your music, man, like in the car, and I play it when I'm driving Uber for my passengers, and they're like, wow, who is that? And I was like, yo, check it out. That's Milo Z and this and thing he's doing up top. And it's very, very organic. And you know, I'm glad you're holding it down. So thank you for continuing to hold down the funk, man. We need it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, and what you mentioned about New York and feeling that in the music, I really appreciate that. I definitely try to. I mean, it's just a natural thing at this point, but there's a certain thing that just feels right when I'm writing my music. I just know. I just have a certain feeling like I'm tough on myself when it comes to lyrics. I really. I try to do something a little different, you know. Sometimes I'll just write a classic. I just wrote a song and recorded a song. It's not out yet. It's called Old School Love. And this one is just straight up old school, kind of like old school song about old school love. And the lyrics are very kind of classic, and the groove is kind of classic, very minimal. And that's just a straight kind of old school R&B song, which that's what that is. But most of my stuff has that Milo Z flavor. Yes, and has that little bit of grit, little bit of attitude, and I try to keep that consistent through whatever I'm bringing these days, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the beautiful. And Dr. Brooks says he loves what you do, and you know, he appreciates you and all that good stuff, man. But when you're in that process and you're putting this music together, I look at your videos and I often wonder, man, like you guys got all your steps and your choreography, and you're very big on choreography, man. Tell me a little bit about how you understand the nature of adding that choreography to what it is that you do? Because I notice you have certain parts where y'all are free, but then you have certain parts where y'all are locked in, So tell us a bit about why that's important to you.
I just think it adds to the overall entertainment of the show. I just think it's a visual thing. Like, even Miles Davis got away from just standing at the microphone with his horn, after performing I don't know if he was at Woodstock, but he was at one of those Monterey Pop. I don't know. He was at, and seeing Jimi Hendrix and Sly Stone. And it was like that shit is old. That shit is just boring. Just standing up there at the microphone, So that's when he got the clip-on mic and just a wireless mic started moving around. And So I mean, it's all. Another thing is dress, like, and that's something Mo Holmes kind of drilled into my head too. Like, you should never kind of look like don't look like you just rolled out of bed, man, and put on a wrinkly T-shirt and stuff. Like, why am I watching this?
Right, exactly.
Why am I watching this?
Exactly.
I'm just not with that, man. Like, why should I care when if it seems like you don't care about what you're presenting?
Yep.
That's just me. So and then the dance steps, big James Brown fan, and all the old groups, Temptations, all they had those steps and everything. I'm not on that level, but I just try to keep it moving and have some simple stuff going on with my guys. And it's funny, some guys get it real quick and some guys don't get it that quick. But it definitely adds to the show. And I just try to, watch Morris Day and the Time. I mean, they're masters at the whole band grooving and
oh my God, yeah,
moving and the steps and stuff like that. Yeah. So I think it just adds to the overall performance.
Yeah, I think it does too. We want to queue up another one of your videos while we're waiting. I don't really want to, run that track with her on until she gets here, but eventually we'll run it. We're working with her. Trey Danya, of course, she's a big part of what you're working on now, and we're having technical difficulties, on our end to get her in, but we'll make sure that we figure something out. But yeah, we want to run another one of yours. Is it Trick, Mark? That's the one you got back there, Trick? Yeah, let's run Trick. Again, y'all hanging out. Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. My guy, Milo Z, Funk, out of New York, my hometown. Boy, do I miss you guys. Oh, my God. You never know. You may see me back there soon, bro. I'm telling you right now, I'm standing on the verge. I'm close. I'm close. So you guys hang out, Dr. Bruckenstein and all the beautiful people that's on the chat line. Thank you so much, man. You guys are amazing. Just keep lighting it up because we all got to support this thing that we do for this brother. Kevin Grant, Francie, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, man. Keep lighting it up, man. And, hit the likes and thumbs up and all this other bullshit that they want me to do. So thank you. I appreciate it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's all good. All right, Mark, let's run that. You're laughing at me, Mark. What?
Sound so hip, but this time we ain't fall for it. You a trick, and you ain't it. Trick, there you go and talk it out wall, please. 10 feet, 20 feet, 100 feet tall. You might fool some, but you can't fool all. Won't fool all, you think small. Trick, when you talk about them, you talk about me. Cause this ain't just your country. Humanity, but he can't see it. No. Yeah. You got to go, Trick. Now I'm so tired of seeing your face, spinning your lies all over the place. Your big ass is taking up space, too much space, such a waste. Trick. For the people is my name. So you go ahead, play your game. But there's resistance you can't tame. You won't tame such a name. Trick. And I can't wait can't wait. Come on. Got to go, got to go. All right. Now it may take a little while, but you're going out of style. You and that big orange smile in a wild crocodile's trick. And I don't even need a gun, so don't you try to sell me one. Cause the fear I won't succumb, I won't run, I got none. Trick. And all that money is a lie. How many billions? Cause you just can't stop the tide. So better call your alibi. Say bye-bye, now go high, goodbye. Got to go, got to go. Come on, yeah. So corny. Got to go, got to go. I don't think all rich people. 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 I don't even think orange juice anymore. So I want you to say the words, I don't dig orange people. Here we go. I don't dig orange people. Let me hear you. That's right. I don't dig orange people. Yeah, I don't dig orange people. We don't dig orange people. Come on, play that chorus. Dig orange people. Dig orange people.
Yo, that's what's up. Trey Danya, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you. See, the Funk Gods. We
I
on
had to
play.
use somebody else's phone.
That's okay. You good to go. I'm gonna bring you in 1 second. I just want to let people know who you are, and I want to close this out, this video, and then we're gonna get you in, lock this down. And I always have faith, so I'm never worried. That was Milo Z.
Hi,
Milo Z
Milo.
song. And
Hey, Trey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm glad to hear you.
we got her in. Trey Danya Boogaloo, recording artist, songstress, entertainer, entrepreneur, nature lover, and all that good stuff out of the Boogie Down Bronx. But Milo, let me ask you a quick question before we get to. That's right, Dr. Brooks. Sir knows we'll never win. When you wrote that, obviously that was from before, and we get ready to go through that whole thing again. So that's why that's going to be completely relevant now again. You know what I'm saying? It's never going to go out of style.
Man,
Right?
it's so funny because when I put that video out, I got so many different reactions, good and people who weren't too pleased about it, you know, followers of him. So I remember one comment said, "Oh, so you must be racist because you don't dig orange people." I'm like, you find me an orange person besides him, I guess you could call me that. You know,
Right.
I was like, otherwise, he's the only orange mofo I ever see.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And
no,
you're
I don't.
right.
I don't dig orange people. No.
That's right. And see, it ain't about even that. It's about like his actions. You know, he could be purple. You'd be like, I don't dig purple
Very
people.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So I get
Right,
that.
right,
So Trey
right.
Danya, welcome to Funk from the Front Seat. Glad we got it in. How are you? And you looking spectacular, Queen.
I'm well, thank you.
Very nice, very
By
nice.
the way, Boogaloo is just a fun name. My name is just Trey Danya.
Okay.
Really, Trey Danya Boogaloo. It's just like Trey Danya. That's it.
Yeah, Trey Danya, I got you. I just saw it, when I was doing some research on you. I was like, okay, I wanted to ask you about that. So now that we have that clarified, that's all good. So how are you and what's going on?
I'm good. I'm just glad to talk to you guys and be here. So
okay. Where you at? You in New Jersey?
I'm in Jersey right now. Trying to stay dry.
Okay. Well, it's kind of been like that all over up and down the East Coast.
It's very foggy here, and it's been raining off and on.
Yeah.
So Milo, you missing the great weather.
I'm cool.
So let me ask you, so for our audience to catch up, give us some background information, how you came up into music game and some of your influences and things like that.
My background with music is I did a lot of recordings with background projects with some various artists. I went to the New School for jazz, and I worked with Bernard Purdy, Chico Hamilton, Reggie Workman.
Wow.
And
drummers.
Yeah, Chico. He was my rhythm instructor.
Wow. And Bernard Purdy.
Yeah, really, Bernard Purdy.
I actually did some recordings with him as well. Some jazz stuff. So that was studying as far as that's concerned. But prior to that, I'm an MC. So I don't really claim that, but that's how I got in the music business. That's where Boogaloo came from.
Okay.
My first recording was at 13. It's called Do the Boogaloo. It's online if anybody want to go have a few giggles. It's pretty cool.
Were you rapping on that?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Produced by Pumpkin, the King of the Beats. It's on Tough City Records.
We're going to go back and grab that then. We got to see this,
Right.
It's online. I'm sure you'll be thoroughly entertained.
And who was the first group? It was a female group that started doing rap. They were the first female rap. Joss Stone. No. She had an affair with D'Angelo. Who am I thinking of?
You talking about Angie?
Angie Stone. Angie Stone was
they have a child together. Yeah, right. Her and D'Angelo.
What was Angie Stone's first group? It was 3 girls.
The Sequence. Funk you right on up. We gonna funk you. I'm gonna funk you up, boy.
Right. And that song they rapped on, and they were the first female MCs, truthfully.
Absolutely. And Angie Stone went on to do.
That's right. And that song, We're Gonna Funk You Up, she said, Bruno, hate to say it, but that's my lick.
It is.
From Funk You Up.
Totally is.
Right.
See, because the best thieves hide things in broad daylight in the music game. And me being my age, I'm almost 66. I hear it all the time. Right. I can hear 2 or 3 generations of theft. You know what I'm saying? Right. But yeah. Right. So Marlo and Marsha, hello, how are you? Welcome to the show. And these are people that you guys may know, whatever. And thank you guys for chiming in. And I just want to say thank you, Mark, for making sure that Trey Danya got on. So you growing up in the Bronx, in New York City, Trey Danya, and you're influenced by all of these great people in your lives. Anybody in your family musical? Do you come from a musical family?
A lot of people in my family are music lovers. My mom sings, but not professionally. And my stepfather was part of Lonnie Youngbloods. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
But, so I had studio equipment in my house growing up. And the guys from the Fatback Band will come over.
Really?
Yes, and different people. And I started going on tour with my stepdad. Like, he went on tour with Sister Sledge and of course Lonnie Youngblood and a whole bunch of different. I would say that he's responsible for me even being in the music business professionally, as far as wanting to go on the road, because I started going on the road with him.
Yeah.
With Lonnie Youngblood when he was a bass player. His name is Ernest Dixon.
Yeah.
So that was at a young age doing that. But as far as recording, that Pumpkin is responsible for that. So I did that. But my first real recording, like background stuff, is with Spoonie G.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spoonie G, yeah.
I just did some basic little background stuff. The record's called Spoonie G. That's the word. Spoonie G. It's online too. But my first solo record by myself was Do the Boogaloo, and then Tough City put another record out called 16. And after that, I sang with X Clan for a little while. I was their lead vocalist.
Oh, wow.
And I was able to tour with them and do some stuff with them as well, and be part of their national youth movement around the country. And that the song I was featured on is called Years of the Nine.
Yeah.
And that song, it was big on the charts for a couple of weeks. And I was able to do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yo, that's what's up.
That my band Sample This, that I was a part of with some great guys, Anton Pushansky and Curtis Watts.
Curtis Watts, big up Curtis Watts.
Yes. I had a fantastic run with them. It's like funk, alternative type of retro sounding, a little bit of jazz in there as well. So I was able to write, get some writing out. I was able to, I'm a writer, I'm a songwriter, outside of myself being a vocalist.
Okay. That's what's up. Before we run Ghetto Beatdown with you guys, I wanted to ask if it's okay if I run a little bit of Remind Me featuring, I believe it's X Blankson, the video that you sent. Can we run a little bit of that? Is that all right, Milo?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
X Blankson is from Ghana.
Okay.
Shout out to him. But that song that's a Patrice Rushen song that we did, like a reggae version of it.
Yes.
So sure, that'd be nice. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, cue that up for me, please. I loved it, man. And shout out to you for grinding and being up at 4:00 in the morning. I was up too.
You know what? I had to call you because we did a show about 2 weeks ago, and I had a bunch of trouble getting there. And Milo is very he don't play games.
No.
Okay? He doesn't play any games, so I always make jokes and he always gives me the look like, am I really like that? I'm like, yeah, you're a trip. So when I showed up, I wasn't on time. I missed a lot of the gig. I was like, it's a great gig. He was like, yeah, but you can't be pulling up like this. So I called you at that time because I was like, I didn't get the link. I was like, Milo's gonna scream on me if I'm late. And this is what happened. But that's why I called you so late. I was like, I gotta do
it. You know what's funny? If you go back, you'll see I did send you both ways. That's why I was like, you're killing me. I was like, you're
the whole time. I was like, I was like, let me get this link. So I thought, since you're a music person, most music people I know, they don't kind of scream at this hour. They're like, oh, hello. which is, I didn't call your phone and text you, but I kind of thought you would be up. So I was like, roll the dice. Let's see what happens. And you hit me right.
My energy's always somewhere, but it was all good because I was laughing. I was like, typical guess.
I mean, I don't think Milo was up at that hour, probably. Sometimes.
Nah, he was not. But yeah, and she shout out to Milo because to be a band leader, you have to crack the whip. Am I right, bro? You have to.
Yeah, I mean,
you can play. You can't be on your phone at his rehearsal. You can't be there eating.
I'm the same way.
On the other sessions, he don't play that.
I'm the same way. I have people cut their phones off when at my rehearsals.
No, if you on
no
the phone
video, none of that.
He's like, "What's up with the phone?" He says it. You mind?
I let it go. I let it go for a minute. It's funny because like what you said about the phone, it's funny. You'll be at a rehearsal and one guy's doing it a little bit. So he's on the phone and stuff and then texting, oh, I just got to send this text. Next thing you know, a dude who never did that at your rehearsal, he's doing it. Why? Because he sees this cat doing it. So it kind of spreads and then it just gets like,
right.
Yo, now I'm counting it off. So yeah.
Rehearsals,
it's a tough balance.
Mm-hmm. Yes, rehearsals are so important because what you do in rehearsal, you then bring it and enhance it on the stage. And both of you being performers, artists, writers, and everything else, to be in this music game. And then after this, Mark, we're going to run her video, please. To be in this music game, you have to be resilient because life stuff is always happening around everything else that we have to do. And I'm gonna let you guys get into some young artists and speak about that, because we got a little bit of time for y'all to hang out. So Mark Lee, my producer extraordinaire, we ready, bro? If we ready, man, throw that vid up for us, man, so we can check this out. Remind Me, which I love that song anyway. Always did love that song. Patrice, she. Yo, kudos, kudos. that was Trey Donya. You remind me, and y'all can find that on what platforms? What can people search
all
that?
streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms. That's what's up. So check this out. How did you and Milo? Tell me, how did you run into Trey Donya? We're gonna give the show back to you for a second. How did you run into her?
Well, we had crossed paths like years earlier, right? Right, Trey? What? What?
He doesn't remember. I'm waiting to hear this story because I keep trying to remind you.
I know we did a gig together.
Yes.
I think it was you were with Sample. No, you were SSL, Slaying Suckers with Logic.
We won the same gig, but I was with Sample This.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you know me from them, but when I met you, we were all hanging out together because we did a gig together. I'm saying SSL and Sample This did a gig with you.
Right.
You don't remember that still at the New Music
I don't
Cafe.
remember though. I remember, what was it? What was the venue?
The New Music Cafe right there.
Oh no, I remember. I'm thinking of a different place.
Yeah. It could.
Okay.
It was that, and I think at Tramps.
At Tramps?
You remember Tramps?
Yeah, of course. But I'm thinking of an even different place. I don't remember what the place was though.
Or Gonzalez and Gonzalez, but definitely the New Music Cafe.
Nope, it was some place in Midtown. I don't know.
You know, that's a good thing then, because the fact that you guys have been in each other's lives this long, and sometimes when you can't recollect, that just means that your spirit's been connected all along.
Yeah, I mean, we were just crossing paths, you know, and doing some gigs together. But you were in Sample This, and weren't you in SSL as well?
No, Sample This and SSL were produced by the same people. So I was around a lot.
Okay.
But I wasn't in the group. I was with Sample This, but they produced by the same people.
Right.
Anton is Curtis Watts is with both. So that's why you can see me. Curtis produced SSL.
Right.
And he's co-producer with of Sample This. So it's the same, same but different. Part of the family, so
that's right.
That's right. So how did you guys collaborate on this song? Milo, you chose, her obviously to sing on your stuff. How did that come about?
Isn't it beautiful? Isn't the music beautiful, Zach?
Yes, it is. I love it. I love it. It's just, it's a blessing to even be here and chat with y'all about something that I'm so passionate about, and to have the people that actually did it. That's what's up.
Yeah, I had written this song, and I had it already wrote, and then me and Trey we reconnected, and I was, she was like, we should do something together, and I was like, maybe I can change a little bit of the lyrics on this track and another track that we recorded, and make it more of a collab. And so Trey, I had the idea for Trey to sing the chorus, and then I changed a couple of lyrics and to make it work. And it really took it to another level from where it was at, because a lot of times I'm really, I don't do too many collaborations, although the last few years I have been, like with Franco Casio, that video you played before. New York City's Burning, and then I did that one with Harvey Morris.
Yes, I remember. From Jersey. Yes.
Right? So this is so lately. I definitely have been doing more collaborations, and it just when Trey put her vocals on, it just took it to another level. So the song Ghetto Beatdown, the one that you're gonna play, from the title, you think, oh, what this song is about violence and stuff like that. Well. It's true to a sense, but it's a lesser violence and the alternative. That's what the song is about. The song is about, how about we just, maybe have a fist fight, get a black eye, but you don't die, live to tell, and maybe don't end up in a prison cell, instead of shooting it out and taking a life and stuff like that. What happened to just, all right, I'll see you after 3 o'clock in the schoolyard, So that's what the theme of the song is, So don't get discouraged by the title, Ghetto Beat Down. It's actually an alternative to a worse outcome.
Yeah. So for my audience out there, just so y'all know, this brother and sister and his crew are actually actively working on getting this vid done. But you're going to hear the audio of the track, and we got this beautiful photo that we're going to put up because it kind of has both of you two leaning and kind of like with that New York City swag and attitude and that drip that I like. So, Bart, go ahead and hook that up. We're going to jump off for a minute. You guys are hearing this exclusively on
This
Funk
is brand
from the
new.
Front Seat.
Exclusively from the front seat with Zach on the 9s. Never before heard. It's not out on streaming platforms yet, but it will be soon. So that you get the preview right now.
That's what's up. I'm loving it. Right here, right now.
Like to talk real loud, but it's some shit pops off. He acts real foul, starts running like a pump, pumping shots in the crowd. Again, if you straight hits an innocent child, but then you catch him on the street, one-on-one, without no crew, without no gun. You check him for his heart, but he ain't got one. That's the time you got him out and have some fun.
Ghetto beat down, ain't enough for them going around. Ghetto beat down, like that slug that I took the ground. Ghetto beat down, how we handle things in the day. Ghetto beat down, are you man enough to put the gun away?
Never be the dude who at first ain't cool, but as he keeps on drinking, starts acting a fool, disrespecting on the ladies, just being a tool. But you tell yourself there's got nothing to do with you, so you mind your business, don't act bad. See him slip something into this girl's glass. Who's gonna be cool and give him a pass? Fuck the now, it's time to put a food in his ass.
Ghetto beat down,
Ghetto beat down,
ain't enough for them going around. Ghetto beat down,
ghetto beat down,
knock that bump that I took the ground. Ghetto beat down,
ghetto beat down,
how we handle things in the day. Ghetto beat down,
ghetto beat down.
man enough to put the gun away. Money don't make you a man.
Nah.
Muscle don't make you a man.
Nah.
Power don't make you a man.
Nah.
Where you stand, or where you stand, a big house don't make you a man.
Nah.
Big house don't make you a man.
Nah.
Guns don't make you a man.
Oh, nah.
A woman's bad, a woman's bad. Don't be the thing, don't be the thing. It
Don't be the thing, don't be the thing.
No, no.
Don't be the thing, don't be the thing. Don't be the thing, don't be the thing. He had the perfect wife, perfect son, but what ain't so perfect was perfect gun. Supposed to keep a lockbox, he ain't have one. Now the boy finds gonna have some fun, cause he takes that weapon off to school. What happens next? Far from cool, instead of fighting the bully in the proper duel. Another school shooting on the evening news.
Ghetto beat down.
Ghetto beat down,
Ain't enough for them going around. Ghetto beat down.
ghetto beat down,
Knock that bump that I took the ground. Ghetto beat down.
ghetto beat down,
How we handle things in the day. Ghetto beat down.
ghetto beat
But at
down.
least the bump was all walk away. Money don't make you a man.
Nah.
Power don't make you a man.
Nah.
Muscle don't make you a man.
Nah.
But where you stand, a big house
Yo, that's what's up. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that?
Right.
Y'all heard that? So
The debut.
Ghetto
the
Beat
debut.
Down. That's right.
It.
Yo, that's slick.
Hey, before
That's
we go any further, I just
crazy.
well, that's right.
That's it right there, Milo Z. Ow!
Yo, let's give a shout out to some of the great musicians who played on that track. First off, I'm going to give it up to my man Jocko Joran on the bass, Ryan Slacko on the keys. That's Ricardo Belletta on the drums. Tristan Clark on the guitar, totally tore it up. Michael Weisberger on tenor saxophone and baritone saxophone, and Todd Gaynor on alto sax.
Come through. What?
Yo, that's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So now listen to the words and you know how your guys put that together. Obviously it's a beautiful collaboration of spirit and energy and fire. And I still hear, like we said earlier, your trademark in the back with some of those horn hits. That's the Milo Z sound. That's what I respect about you, bro. And Tredania, obviously, you know, once your voice hit the track, Milo being a great producer he knew.
Milo was in the studio in the booth with me next to me. He was like, okay, we gonna go deeper right here. I was like, oh yeah. He was like, yo, come on. Go deeper. Go a little bit deeper in there.
Yeah,
like,
it spilled. It did something. Yeah, man. And I'm sure this is just the first of many collaborations y'all going to do. And I'm going to get on one of them. That's a fact.
That's cool. Definitely. That sounds good.
Because you and I got some stuff we've been manifesting for a long time, Milo. So we still here. You know what I'm saying? I remember I used to come see y'all at Wetlands back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, and I'm proud of you guys, man, for holding it down. Tredania, Milo, I'm proud of you. So let me ask you this, right? As far as musicals, now we're going to get into some other stuff. The music that's out today, obviously, your music feeds the soul. Tredania, your music feeds the soul. But do you think that we can try to pull some of these young people back towards the light, not necessarily squelching their creativity, but getting them to understand the responsibility they have? Tredania, ladies first. I'm going to let you go and answer that first.
I think that a lot of the younger music fans love all of this music. I think their ears are different. Their ears are open. I don't think they feel like other generations with music. They're not locked into one sound. They're different. These kids are different. They listening to Kate Bush. Then they're gonna turn around and listen to Travis Scott. Then of course they gotta follow up with Milo Z Funk. You know, their ears are different. They're not locked in the over here to over there. They're they just like this. I think it's a different time in music where you could be 90 years old and put a hit record out, and they're gonna bite if it's hot. This is not like, 1990 where you gotta be 10 years old. I'm exaggerating, but I think these kids are different. So I think I might feel a little bit different probably than what you see, because when I'm out and about, these kids are not listening to one sound. We think they are, but they're not. They listen to everything.
Yeah, and I definitely agree. And to add on to that, what I was trying to go to is like the artists themselves that are recording the music. Do you feel that they know and understand the responsibility they have to feed the soul positive stuff as opposed to
I don't think they
stuff?
No.
That's what
that. Milo, go ahead.
I don't think they're concerned with that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're concerned with that. They're just concerned with trying to make it or do their thing. I don't think they have a responsibility in them to like I hate to say it's their elders do, because we've been around the block a little bit.
Yeah, we're the gatekeepers.
I don't think they have that need for like
They don't know what it's like to go through to get studio money to go to the studio. They're in the bedroom.
right.
All they gotta do is go get his computer. That's the studio. I'm like, what is going on? You know what I had to go through to get in the studio? You know what Milo had to go through to cut one record? Do you know what? They know, so they have no clue. They're in there pressing buttons.
It was a 6-month plan to get a song out.
How many records came out since we've been on here right now? They just pressing buttons. So it's
that's right. That's right. When we
also,
look at, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, Milo. I think he froze up on us. So Tradania, while Milo's working on that, right? And we were talking about.
I got you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just feel like there's some messages that's missing. Like they don't have that need to put a little responsibility in. They're not trying to preach or teach. And all music doesn't have to be about preaching. It could just be about feel good, have a good vibe and stuff. But like this song, a Ghetto Beatdown. This is trying to appeal to the youth, and it's got that message. It's got that message, but I don't think a lot of artists are doing that. Yeah. Maybe some are, but it's always been that way. It's always been that way. Like there's not a lot of Public Enemies out there right now, is there?
Not right now.
KRS-One
records out here and there, but not like that.
KRS-One is he's still doing his thing, and, but kids, I don't know.
I think we're at a crossroads because I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. Obviously, I talk about that. I wear it on my sleeve, and I think we're at I don't want to say the enemy, but like a spiritual warfare when it comes to everything: sports, politics, music, corporations. And I think that as an artist myself, that's why I push so hard to try to keep this up and running, because I want to make sure we're all putting out that positive light. And I deal with a lot of young people, and I try to hip them to the game. Like, hey, if you got like 8, 9, 10 songs, maybe try to have one of them leak over into the positivity message side of it. Just maybe one. Nobody wants to squelch your creativity. We get it. And I work with a lot of rappers down here. I give them tracks sometimes. And a lot of them really have conscious stuff to say. And I really appreciate that.
Okay.
I really do.
Yes.
I think it's cool. So it's not everybody, like you said, but
right.
The game changed. Like Tradania said so eloquently. Press a button, bang, bang. How many songs have been written since we've been doing this show? Bang, bang, So let me ask you this. Going forward, what do y'all got planned for the future? Tell us a little sneak peek. What you got behind the curtain?
Well, we got more tracks coming out too. We just did a duet called "Gone Away." It's finished. It's in the can, and that's going to be coming out. That's going to be coming out in this year, 2024. And it came out beautiful. It's You remember that Otis Redding Otis Redding song "Tramp"?
Yes.
Right? Who do you have on it? And she's like "Tramp," and she's calling him a tramp. And I don't know. It's just got that banter in between. Well, this is kind of not like that, but it's a little bit old school. But it has like a modern sound. And basically, we trading off verses, and it's one of those. It's one of those. The feeling has gone away type song, and you to blame, no, you to blame, that kind of thing. So we got that. I'm working on this another track called "Stand Up," which is basically about the state of our country right now. World, the next civil war coming, supposedly, hopefully not. And so it's a little bit political on that. And we're gonna do some shows together, more shows together, and just try to put these songs out, try to make them go viral, and try to keep spreading that that funk message and positivity with a little bit of a message, you know.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a message, and of course it's entertaining, you know. The show is always entertaining, you know. So Trey's going to be on this. The next show we got coming up is at Resorts World on Thursday the 1st, February 1st. So we're out there in Queens, and and keep spreading that funk and music, you know.
Yeah. I know my producer, Mr. Mark Lee, always has to jump in, and I love for him to jump in. So Tradania, sit tight. Milo Z, sit tight. Y'all are watching Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. To all the fans out there to stay active on the chat line and go back and watch this show again at 6 and then at 12. And we are getting ready to do some shorts, I promise, because I've had this brother on at least 4 times. And he keeps hitting me up, hey, when you going to get them shorts? So we are working on it. I'm getting there, bro. I'm actually moving this week. So, but I am getting there, and that's a beautiful thing. You keep encouraging me, and I really appreciate that. And everybody out there watching, man, y'all are dope. Before we move on, though, I do have to give a few shout outs to some people. P-Funk Radio, JTRP, you know, Gabe Gonzalez. I know you're over at NAM having a good time. Larry Funkster Jones, Circle of P, Robin down there, Tony Cam, love you, fam. You know, Boosie and Patty Collins, of course, Club Funk the Ambassadors, HJ Entertainment, Kane and Jams, Tony Cam and the Funk All Stars, Nappyhead Funk Army, Oak City Music Collective, my advisory council down here, Afterglow 92416, Donna, I love you so much, Benevolent Funk, Q&A Entertainment out of Georgia, Brooke Ladgett, my Funk Angel over there in the DMV, Patricia Dioria, Aquarius Rising Arts and Graphics, Curtis Wilcox, and George the Funk Vinci, some of this beautiful artwork you see back here, Dr. Brookenstein, who's been with me since 1998, thank you for always taking care of the website, keeping it tight. DJ Coccolino in Italy, thank you for playing my music. Of course, David Webb, the Funk Chronicles. Thank you guys for putting us in the Funk Hall of Fame, and we're going to be doing that in the spring. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love that you're giving us. And also, Elizabetta in Ireland, and the Funk Station in Germany and in France that plays our music. Thank you so much for supporting the Nappyhead Funk Army. So, what was I saying? I had to get them shout outs in. I always forget at the end.
I think you said you're going to bring in Mark.
Oh, yeah. Come on in, Mark. I'm surprised he didn't bum rush his way in.
No, I was going to wait to make patiently my turn and all along those lines. I did have a question for Milo and Tradania and all along those lines, because y'all were actually kind of alluding to it. And I found out that Tradania has family roots in the Rocky Mountain, which is definitely some of my home roots. And definitely there are some jazz legends that are there from there as well. And a lot of people know that Thelonious Monk and Harold Vick were from that area and all along those lines. So I'm just wondering, how much did the jazz music and the blues music influence both of you, Tradania and Milo, and all along those lines? Because definitely there is some strong roots in that music here in North Carolina and all along those lines. So I just wondered, how did it impact your music and your musical training?
Trey.
Me? Well, I love the blues. I always loved the blues. Like I was telling him, from my stepdad, the blues musician. He played bass with Lonnie Youngblood and a couple of other cats. So I've been around blues music since I was like that. And jazz is, for me, jazz is a lot of interpretation, and you can really never go wrong vocally with jazz as long as you end up on the right key. So I always appreciated that. You know, you can do whatever you want with jazz, and like with blues, you would keep saying the same line 50 times. You know, as long as you got your raw emotion there. So I appreciate the rawness of both blues and jazz. So that's what got me more into it as I advance in age. But as a child, I always been around the blues, always, and funk because of my stepdad. So.
Appreciate that. What about you, Milo?
Yeah, my mom had a pretty extensive record collection. Everything from, you mentioned Thelonious Monk, Miles Davis, John Coltrane. She also had classical, which I didn't really delve into that much. Beatles, and blues. She had Bessie Smith. She had funk like Curtis Mayfield. I remember Superfly album. Played that record to death. There's so many scratches and skips in that record because I just played that to death. I remember she had the record Platinum Jazz by War.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she just had an extensive, pretty eclectic mix of music. So that was always in my house.
If I can just ask one more question, Zach, and that was for both of them. How important do you think it is for, and Zach kind of alluded to it, for musicians to get involved in trying to make political statements and make some social justice statements and all along those lines? Because I know when I hear your music, Milo, it definitely features some of that and all along those lines. And as I was putting in the chat, I know we don't want it to happen, but I just was watching the governors and all the Republican governors came out supporting Texas. So we might be heading to that civil war that your song might be alluded to sooner than we would like and all along those lines. But I just wondered how important it is for us to have the music also have a message.
Well, for me, it's very important. It's like lately, in the last few years, if I'm going to spend the money and record something, and if I'm going to take my time and energy and money and put it into a song, most of the time it's got to be more than just "I love you, baby" and "I miss you, baby." Just because I just think it's needed, and that anyway. That's my interest. You know, like I said, I wrote that song, "Old School Love," which I'll be putting out some point this year, and that's just a classic R&B old school track. But that's kind of rare these days. Lately, I've been a little bit more. If I'm going to invest in this project, I want it to be about something because I just think the times are freaking crazy these days. The world is crazy, and man, we need some voices of reason out there. And I do believe that music plays a big part. I believe it influences people, and a lot more than sometimes politicians do. You know, I mean, the world is so freaking crazy. I mean, you got the horribleness happening in the Middle East and stuff. And I'm gonna put it out there too. I heard somebody else put it out. I watch Vlad TV sometimes, and I remember he said it, and I agree with him. Like, you know, musicians got to speak up. Like, who's the biggest producer these days, right? Who's the biggest rapper? Drake is like the biggest rapper. He's Jewish. DJ Khaled is like the biggest producer. He's Palestinian background, I believe. You know, both of these people, they silent. What if they got together and did a track together? You know what that would mean? You know how much positivity that would bring? You know? So I'm doing it and I'm saying it. I'm putting it out there. You know, people need musicians. It's our job to bring people together. You know, not so further apart. You know, there's enough. So I'm getting a little emotional. But I feel like it's our responsibility to try to bring some love and balance in this world before we just go off the rails.
Well said. And Mark, I just want to throw something here real quick before Tredania jumps in. You know, the game is set up because they don't want us to come together. So what you said is very, very true. We have to come together. Go ahead, Tredania.
Milo said it all. He said it all.
He did say it all, but Tredania, from a sister's perspective, what is your views? Because I like Milo Z was saying, I would like to see some more of the sisters speak out about some of these issues as well. So I was just wondering your take on that and whether you're seeing any sisters that are really getting the word out there in terms of positivity and in terms of spreading that message of peace and hope.
Besides yourself.
Sisters are always on the front line. That's how I feel.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when nobody else is on the front line, we are. Even in the home, we speak up for our children. I'm not saying men don't. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we are constantly on the front line. And I mean, there's always room for improvement. But musically, I would like to see that. more. And to some people, when you singing, positivity, or you're not singing about struggle love, some people think that's boring. But I would like to see more of that, and we're working on that. So we're doing our contribution to that. Seeing more constructive songs about good mindsets and teach the truth to the youth.
That's right. That's right. Y'all are doing it at a very high level, and I'm proud of both of you guys, man. Continue to knock out all of that good stuff. I do have one closing thing I did want to ask you really quick. Just about where we sit as a community when it comes to this homelessness issue. And I always ask each and every one of my guests over the past year or two, because the country now is riddled with that. And I just want to know, besides being a voice of reason and a voice of information as an artist, like, what do you think we can do to try to help some of our brothers and sisters and get them off the street? Because I'm an advocate for that down here. I've been an advocate for that in New York. We always perform for, the Long Island Coalition for the Homeless and things like that. And I know things like that are very, very important to you guys, right? And I just want to know, because it bothers me so much. And as an empath, it breaks my heart every time I see somebody on the street with a sign.
I was in Portland, right? Portland, Oregon. I never seen so many young homeless people in my life. Not in New York, not overseas, nowhere. Here in New York, in Jersey, you'll see elders that are homeless, that are struggling. But for me to see like a 20-year-old, 22, 25, 18, I'm like, what are you doing on the street? I don't see it well. It's not very well publicized, but I saw that with my own eyes. It blew my mind that there were so many, and it's Oregon, but it's everywhere over there. So I never saw that. I don't know what we can do, because it's something that has to be handled from higher ups, because me personally, I give when I see people in need, but there's not much I could do besides, handling you some water, a couple of dollars, and saying a prayer for you. But I think that has to come from the people that can really make moves with that. But New York cleaned up a lot as far as homelessness. You don't see like a lot. You used to see this place riddled with homelessness. And, there's still room for improvement, obviously. But what do you think, Milo? You think New York cleaned up a lot as far as the homelessness is concerned? Like in LES, or Harlem, even, Queens, the boroughs, I think, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I grew up near the Bowery, which is, the famous Bowery was always known for like Bowery bums,
Mm-hmm.
So there was always a lot of homeless men when I was growing up. There was a lot of, these hotels, these cheap hotels, and they were mostly like alcoholics, maybe war veterans, and just. But now I do see more young people, like you said. A lot of them are strung out, on drugs and stuff. I definitely think, the last decade or so with the pills, with the, oxycodone, Oxycontin, there's, it changed a lot. It changed. It affected parts of America that didn't used to be that way. New York, now I'm talking about drugs more than homelessness, but it all goes together. New York, we were famous. New York was famous for heroin back in the day, the 70s, and then of course crack came and all that. But then when the pills came and the prescription pills, to the football leader of the football team who tore his Achilles or his ACL, the doctor's prescribing all these pills, and then they get hooked to it. It hit a different part of America, suburbs and stuff, and they think they're taking pills, but it turns out it's just heroin in a pill, And then now you got the fentanyl, so it became really America's problem at that point, which is it was always America's problem, but it was more confined to the cities, the inner cities and stuff. Now it's all across America, and it's just it's a problem. I mean, there's a lot. We have a lot of problems. What can I say?
Yeah, man.
A lot of problems.
That's why I always want to touch base on a serious issue now and again, especially when I have people from different parts of the state. Because down here in North Carolina, homelessness is rampant, and I'll just leave it at that. But before we go, of course, I just want to thank you guys. You guys have been amazing. I'm going to give you both the full screen so you can have the last word and give a shout out to your fans and give words of encouragement and inspiration. Thank you, Mr. Markley. Excellent job on the production today. All y'all out there that tuned in, thank you so much. We're hanging out with the amazing Milo Z and Trey Danya, and they have a collaboration out right now called Ghetto Beatdown, which is coming soon, and y'all heard it here first. And then also they're working on some other stuff, so we're going to give you all the full screen. And then, Mark, we're going to pack up the car, crank it up, and let's get the funk out of here.
All right.
Hi,
Okay.
Milo.
Hey, I don't know if we supposed to be saying something.
Oh, yeah. I was going to give you all the full screen to say your last words.
Okay.
So I'll give you the full screen.
All right. I would just say support your artists out there, your local artists. Support Trey Danya, support Milo Z, support Zach and Funk from the Front Seat. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to Trey Danya's YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, on IG, and on Spotify, so you can hear these songs as soon as they come out. Be first, support artists you like, and buy the single and download it. Right, don't just stream it. Put some money in our pockets and stuff, so we can continue to keep bringing that funk and soul. And look out for the video. We're gonna have a video to this song, and we're gonna release another song. And come to a show, say hey, subscribe, leave a comment, and spread that love and funk, baby.
That's right.
Trey, follow Trey on Facebook, and follow Zach as well.
Y'all heard it here first.
That's
you know what time it is. Follow these brothers and sisters, man, because I'm telling you, they're making great music. They're doing great things to change the community, as well as spread that peace and love, adding their bricks to the fabric and the cloth of the universal music journey. And that's what this really is. Remember, peace, love, and harmony, no matter what. Don't take hate in your heart. You got to spread that stuff and spread that love. You really, really don't need to punch down on anybody. We have enough problems, and we all going through something. So just remember, keep your head up always, man, and, keep a vertical motion looking up. Don't worry about this other stuff behind you. That's why it's called a rearview mirror. Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. I'd like to thank everybody today. My producer, Mr. Mark Lee. You guys are amazing. Our guests today, Milo Z and Trey Danya. Please, please, please support local music, support regional music, and just get into the underground, because that's where we all at. We're going to end again with Ghetto Beatdown, because I love that track, and that's how we're going out. I'll see y'all next week. It's already February. Wow, look at that. We're already in February already. So, we'll be doing something special for Black History Month for sure. And we'll have you guys back on real soon. All right, when y'all get that vid ready. But you're always welcome to come on anytime. You Funk from from the Front Seat family, and we love you for that right here, 9 on the Grind TV. Take it away, Mark.
Talk real loud, but if shit pops off, he acts real foul. Start running like a pump, pumping shots in the crowd. Again, if you straight hits an innocent child, then you catch him on the street, one-on-one, without no crew, without no gun. You check him for his heart, but he ain't got one. That's the time you got him out and have some fun. Ghetto beat down, ain't enough for them going around. Ghetto beat down, knock that slug out to the ground. Ghetto beat down, how we handle things in the day. Ghetto beat down, all your man enough to put the gun away. Let me meet the dude who at first ain't cool, but as it keeps on drinking, starts acting a fool, disrespecting on the ladies, just being a tool. But you tell yourself this got nothing to do with you, so you mind your business, don't act rash. See him sip something into this girl's glass. Who's gonna be cool and give him a pass? Fuck the now, it's time to put a fool in his ass. Ghetto beat down, ghetto beat down. Ain't enough for them going around. Ghetto beat down, ghetto beat down. Knock that bump out to the ground. Ghetto beat down, ghetto beat down. How we handle things in the day. Ghetto beat down, ghetto beat down. Man, enough to put the gun away. Money don't make you a man. No. Muscle don't make you a man. No. Money don't make you a man. No. When you stand, or when you stand, a big house don't make you a man. No. Stocks don't make you a man. No. Guns don't make you a man. Oh, no. A woman's head, a woman's head. Don't mean a thing, don't mean a thing. It don't mean a thing, don't mean a thing. No, no. Don't mean a thing, don't mean a thing. It don't mean a thing, don't mean a thing. He had the perfect wife, perfect son, but what ain't so perfect was perfect gun. Supposed to keep a locked box, he ain't have one. Now the boy finds gonna have some fun, cause he takes that weapon off to school. What happens next? Far from cool, instead of fighting the bully in the proper duel. Another school shooting on the east